If you're tired, if you feel like the weight of the world is sitting on your shoulders, if you wake up in the morning and the fire inside you feels weaker than it used to, then listen carefully. Because this message is for you. Not for the people who already made it. Not for the people who never struggled. Not for the people who had everything handed to them. This message is for the person who is fighting every single day just to keep going. Maybe that person is you. Maybe you're tired of trying and failing. Maybe you're tired of being strong when no one notices. Maybe you're tired of working hard while others move ahead faster. And maybe, just maybe, you're starting to question if it's even worth it. But let me tell you something powerful. Being tired does not mean you're finished. It means you've been fighting. It means you've been pushing when others quit. It means you've been carrying a weight most people would never dare to lift. And that kind of tired? That kind of tired is not weakness. That is proof of your strength. Everyone who wins was once exhausted. Look at any champion. Look at any successful person. You will never find someone who reached greatness without moments of exhaustion. Every winner has stood exactly where you stand right now. They had days when they wanted to quit. Days when nothing worked. Days when progress felt invisible. But the difference between those who win and those who don't is simple. The winners didn't stop when they were tired. They stopped when they were done. And you're not done yet. Being tired is part of the journey. Nobody tells you this when you start chasing your dreams. They show you the highlight reels. They show you the success stories. They show you the moment someone lifts the trophy. But they never show you the nights when that same person sat alone wondering if they could continue. They never show you the early mornings when motivation was nowhere to be found. They never show you the moments when everything inside them screamed, "Give up!" Success is not built on excitement. Success is built on endurance. The people who reach the top are not always the most talented. They are the ones who kept walking when their legs felt heavy. Your fatigue is not your enemy. Many people think being tired is a sign they should stop. But sometimes, being tired is the clearest sign that you're moving in the right direction. Think about it. Muscles grow when they are pushed to the point of fatigue. Athletes improve when they push past exhaustion. Growth does not happen in comfort. Growth happens when the body and mind say, "This is hard." And you respond by saying, "I'm not stopping." So if you're tired today, good. It means you've been putting in the work. The moment most people quit. There is a moment in every journey. A dangerous moment. A quiet moment. A moment when nothing seems to be happening. You've worked hard. You've sacrificed. You've stayed consistent. But the results are not visible yet. This is the moment when most people quit. Not because they are incapable, but because they are exhausted and discouraged. They convince themselves that their effort isn't working. They convince themselves they should try something easier. They convince themselves that maybe their dreams were too big. And that's where they lose. Not because they lacked ability, but because they stopped too early. You might be closer than you think. The hardest truth about success is this. The moment you want to quit might be the exact moment you are closest to breakthrough. But you can't see it yet. Progress is often invisible until suddenly it isn't. Think about a seed planted in the ground. For weeks, nothing appears on the surface. If you didn't understand how growth works, you would think nothing is happening. But underneath the soil, roots are forming. Strength is building. Preparation is happening. Then one day, the surface breaks. The plant appears. But the real work happened long before anyone could see it. Your life works the same way. Use your exhaustion as energy. Instead of letting tiredness defeat you, use it. Let it remind you how much you've already invested. Let it remind you how far you've come. Let it remind you that quitting would make all that effort meaningless. If you've already climbed halfway up the mountain, why would you walk back down? You're tired because the climb is real. But the view from the top will be real too. Strength is built in these moments. The strongest version of you is not created on easy days. It's created on days like today. Days when motivation is low. Days when results are slow. Days when the path feels endless. Those are the days that shape you. Those are the days that build discipline. Those are the days that separate dreamers from achievers. Anyone can move forward when they feel inspired. But champions move forward even when they feel exhausted. Remember why you started. When you're tired, your mind will try to trick you. It will focus on pain. It will focus on effort. It will focus on struggle. But in those moments, you must go back to one simple question. Why did you start? Why did you choose this path? Why did you decide that your life could be more? Why did you refuse to accept average? Your reason matters. Your purpose matters. And that reason must be stronger than your temporary fatigue. You are stronger than this moment. Right now you might feel drained. Right now you might feel uncertain. Right now you might feel like slowing down. But feelings are temporary. Your potential is permanent. The version of you that you are becoming is stronger than the version of you that wants to quit. And every step you take while tired proves it. The world belongs to those who continue. The truth is simple. The world doesn't belong to the smartest people. The world doesn't belong to the most talented people. The world belongs to the people who refuse to stop. The people who keep showing up. The people who keep trying. The people who keep moving forward even when every step feels heavy. And if you're tired today, that means you're one of those people. So if you're tired, rest if you must. But do not quit. Slow down if you need to. But do not turn around. Take a breath. Gather your strength. And remind yourself of something powerful. You didn't come this far just to come this far. You came this far to go further. And your story? It's not over. It's only getting started. If you're tired, pause for a moment. Not to quit. Not to walk away. But to remember who you are becoming. Because the person you are becoming is not weak. The person you are becoming is resilient. And resilience is not built on easy days. It is built on days when your body says stop, but your spirit says one more step. Greatness is built in silence. Many people think success happens in front of crowds. They imagine applause. They imagine recognition. They imagine everyone celebrating their achievements. But the truth is different. Greatness is built in silence. It is built early in the morning when nobody is watching. It is built late at night when the world is sleeping. It is built in moments when you feel tired but you keep working anyway. Those quiet moments are the foundation of greatness. And if you're tired right now, it means you're living in those moments. The moments that most people never survive. Most people stop here. There is a point in every journey where things stop feeling exciting. The beginning is always full of energy. You start with passion. You start with hope. You start with motivation. But after some time, motivation fades. Progress slows. Obstacles appear. Doubt starts whispering in your mind. And that's where most people give up. Not because their dream wasn't possible, but because the road became uncomfortable. But here's the truth most people never understand. Discomfort is the price of transformation. Your future self is watching. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. Imagine the life you want. The freedom you want. The success you want. The peace you want. Now imagine that future version of yourself looking back at this exact moment. Watching you. Watching the decision you're about to make. Are you going to quit? Or are you going to continue? Because the person you become tomorrow is built by the choices you make today. Every time you push forward while tired, you are investing in that future. You are telling the world, and yourself, that your dream matters. Pain is temporary, regret lasts longer. Being tired hurts. Struggling is uncomfortable. Working without immediate results can feel frustrating. But quitting creates something much worse. Regret. Years from now, you will not remember the exhaustion. You will not remember the difficult mornings. You will not remember the long nights. But you will remember if you gave up. And regret is heavy. Much heavier than fatigue. So when you feel tired, remind yourself of something powerful. Pain is temporary. But pride lasts forever. turn your struggles into fuel. Every obstacle in your life has two possible outcomes. It can break you, or it can build you. The difference is not the obstacle. The difference is your mindset. When life challenges you, it is giving you a choice. You can complain about the difficulty, or you can use it as fuel. Use your struggles to become stronger. Use your exhaustion to build endurance. Use your setbacks to develop resilience. Because the people who achieve greatness are not those who avoid struggle. They are the ones who transform struggle into power. Remember your strength. Look at everything you have already survived. Every challenge. Every difficult moment. Every obstacle you thought you couldn't overcome. And yet here you are. Still standing. Still trying. Still fighting. That means something. That means you are stronger than you think. Your past victories are proof of your strength. And if you survived those moments, you can survive this one too. Discipline will carry you when motivation dies. Motivation is powerful, but it is temporary. Some days you will feel inspired. Some days you will feel unstoppable. But many days, motivation will disappear. And on those days, something more powerful must take over. Discipline. Discipline is the ability to continue even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is showing up when the excitement is gone. Discipline is doing the work even when you're tired. And discipline is what turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. You are closer than yesterday. Progress does not always feel dramatic. Sometimes it feels slow. Sometimes it feels invisible. But every day you continue, you are moving forward. Even if the step is small. Even if the progress feels minimal. Movement is movement. And forward is forward. The only true failure is standing still. So even if today you only take one small step, that step matters. The storm is shaping you. Storms in life are not accidents. They are training grounds. They teach you patience. They teach you strength. They teach you resilience. A tree that grows in perfect weather remains weak. But a tree that survives strong winds develops deep roots. You are developing those roots right now. Your challenges are strengthening you. Your fatigue is strengthening you. Your struggle is strengthening you. And one day, you will look back and realize that these difficult moments were preparing you for something greater. When you feel like stopping, when the thought of quitting enters your mind, ask yourself one question. What if I keep going? What if the breakthrough is one step away? What if success is one more effort away? What if everything you are hoping for is just beyond this difficult moment? You will never know if you stop. But if you continue, you give yourself the chance to discover something incredible. Your story matters. Some people think their effort only affects them. But that's not true. Your journey inspires people you haven't even met yet. Someone out there is going through the same struggles. Someone out there needs proof that persistence works. And your story can become that proof. One day, someone will look at your life and say, if they didn't quit, either will I. So if you're tired, let that tiredness remind you how far you've come. Let it remind you that you're still in the fight. Let it remind you that you're not someone who gives up easily. Because champions are not the people who never get tired. Champions are the people who keep going anyway. So breathe. Stand tall. And take another step forward. Even if it's a small one. Because that step could change everything. If you're still here. If you're still listening. If something inside you is still searching for strength. Then this message is exactly where you're meant to be. Because the truth is simple. You are not weak because you're tired. You are tired because you have been strong for a long time. You have been carrying responsibilities. You have been fighting silent battles. You have been pushing forward when life made things difficult. And not everyone understands that. But the fact that you're still standing, still trying, still searching for motivation, that says everything about who you are. This is the moment that defines you. Life is full of defining moments. Moments where your future is decided by a single choice. Not the easy moments. Not the comfortable moments. But the difficult ones. The moments when you are exhausted. The moments when your mind whispers, "Just stop." Those moments define everything. Because when you continue in those moments, you prove something powerful. You prove that your dreams are stronger than your doubts. Strength is built one step at a time. Nobody becomes strong overnight. Strength is built slowly. It is built through repetition, through persistence, through continuing when others stop. Every day you refuse to quit, you are adding another layer to your strength, another layer to your resilience, another layer to the unstoppable person you are becoming. And those layers will eventually make you unstoppable. The fire inside you is still there. Sometimes life makes the fire inside you feel small. But small does not mean gone. A tiny flame can still start a wildfire. And inside you, that flame still exists. It might be quiet. It might be tired. But it is still alive. And all it needs is one decision. The decision to keep going. You didn't come this far to quit now. Think about everything you've been through. Every challenge. Every obstacle. Every moment where you thought you couldn't continue. Yet you did. You survived. You adapted. You kept moving. That journey has already made you stronger than you realize. So ask yourself something important. Why would you quit now? Why would you walk away when you've already fought so hard? You're not this close just to give up. You're this close because you're meant to break through. The world needs people who refuse to quit. There are many people in the world who start things, but very few finish. There are many people who dream, but very few who persist long enough to make those dreams real. The world needs people who refuse to quit. People who continue when things are hard. People who push forward even when energy is low. Because those people change everything. They build businesses. They create opportunities. They inspire generations. And you could be one of them. Your future is waiting. Right now, your future is waiting for you. Waiting for the person you are becoming. Waiting for the stronger, wiser, more resilient version of you. But that future requires one thing: consistency. It requires the decision to continue. Even when the journey feels long. Even when the path feels lonely. Even when exhaustion appears. Because success does not come to those who feel ready. Success comes to those who refuse to stop. One more step. Sometimes the best strategy in life is simple. Just take one more step. Not 10. Not 100. Just one. One more attempt. One more effort. One more day of discipline. Those small steps create unstoppable momentum. And momentum changes everything. One day you will be proud. One day you will look back at this moment. The moment when you were tired. The moment when quitting felt tempting. The moment when things felt heavy. And you will be proud that you didn't give up. Proud that you stayed strong. Proud that you continued moving forward. Because those difficult moments will become the chapters that built your success. Your story isn't finished. Right now, your story is still being written. Every action you take adds another page. Every decision you make shapes the ending. So make it powerful. Make it inspiring. Make it a story that proves something important. That being tired is not the end. Sometimes, being tired is just the beginning of something great. So if you're tired, let it fuel you. Let it remind you how much you've already invested. Let it remind you how strong you are. Let it remind you that you're still in the fight. And remember this: champions are not people who never feel exhausted. Champions are people who keep going anyway. So stand up. Take a deep breath. Focus your mind. And move forward again. Because your breakthrough could be closer than you think. And the world is still waiting to see what happens when you refuse to quit.